2025 tax refund update. In today's video, we have the latest numbers updated on the IRS.gov website. We are going to go over IRS letters and notices, audits by mail, amended tax returns, regular tax refunds, the next direct deposit date shared, as well as the interest rate the IRS will be paying you for processing your tax return late. So make sure you stay tuned for all of the details. And like always, welcome back, everyone. So very happy to have you back for another IRS update. Let's begin with the numbers updated on the IRS.gov website ending May 9, 2025. Total tax returns for 2025, 145,855,000, and that is an increase of 1.3% up from tax year 2024. Total tax returns processed, 143,556,000. That is up 1.6% from tax year 2024. Total number of refunds, 93,569,000, and that is a negative 0.4% down from tax year 2024. Total amount refunded in dollars, $274 billion, and that is an increase of 2.0% up from tax year 2024. And the average refund is $2,939, and that is an increase of 2.4% from tax year 2024. Now, processing of your tax forms. The IRS is currently processing tax form 1040 original. These are mail tax returns received March of 2025, amended received March of 2025. 1041 tax return original received February of 2025, amended September of 2024. And this does not include those that require correction or special review. Moving on to letters and notices, the IRS is currently processing your correspondence received during the month of February 2025. Now, the IRS may send you a notice or letter if you have a balance due, your refund was changed, they have a question about your tax return, you need to verify your identity, they have changed or corrected your tax return, or your tax return is delayed in processing. What to do if you get a letter or notice from the IRS? You want to review it carefully and keep it for your records. If they ask for additional information, you want to respond by the due date in the letter to avoid further delays. But if you disagree with the action, make sure to follow the instructions in the notice to dispute the action that the IRS has taken that is negative against you. And also make sure you include all information and documents to support your viewpoint. And while you're waiting for those IRS notices by mail, you can also check notices on your IRS online account. So make sure to log in and look for online notices as well. Let's go over some of the most popular IRS notices. 5071C is to verify your identity. 4883C is verify your identity as well. CP12 means the IRS has made changes to your tax return, and CP504 means a levy notification. CP71A, balance due reminder. CP878, dependent social security number listed on your return. There's an issue with that. Letter CP878 means that there is an issue with your dependent social security numbers. Now let's go over delayed tax refunds. If you're still waiting on your 2025 tax refund, that means your 2024 tax return is under review. And most reviews are audits by mail. Let's go over the process. Number one, the IRS will send you a letter informing you that you have been selected for an audit and listing what information you need to send to the IRS. Number two, you want to read the letter and follow the instructions. Submit all documentation requested by the due date. If you don't understand understand, make sure to call the number on the letter. Number 3, the IRS will review your documentation. If more information is needed, the IRS will contact you again by mail. So make sure you're continuing to check your mail for notices as well as online using your IRS online account. Once the review of your tax return is complete, the IRS will respond accordingly. This is the flow of that response. So make sure you review it at your convenience. They will either accept your documents and process your refund, or they will make changes and notify you. If you disagree with any action that the IRS has taken on your 2024 tax return, make sure you respond and dispute it by providing your additional information. Moving on to where is your amended tax return. Now you can check the status of your amended tax return around 3 weeks after you submit it, and you should generally allow 8 to 12 weeks for your Form 1040X to be processed. However, processing of your amended tax returns could take up to 16 weeks. Now, if it has been longer than 12 weeks since you submitted your amended tax return, here are some of the reasons why it is still delayed. It has errors, is incomplete, isn't signed, is returned to you requesting more information, includes Form 837 injured spouse allocation, is affected by identity theft or fraud. It needs to be routed to a specialized area. It needs clearance by the bankruptcy area within the IRS. It needs to be reviewed and approved by a revenue officer. Now here's an amended tax return. You can use this as an example to gauge when your amended tax return will be completed. This amended tax return was received on March 2nd and it was completed on May 19, 2025. That is about 11 weeks of processing. So this one is in line with the time frame the IRS is stating that they have to process your amended tax return. This one was completed before the 16 weeks. Let's move on to your regular tax refunds. Remember, you can check the status of your 2024 tax return 24 hours after you e-file a current tax return, 3 to 4 days after you e-file a prior tax return, and 4 weeks after you file a paper tax return. Now, the timing of your refund may change. It may be delayed if you claim the earned income tax credit or the child tax credit. You file on paper, you file an amended tax return, you requested injured spouse relief, you file Form 1040 NR non-resident alien income tax return, which can take up to 6 months. You made an error on your tax return, you filed with an individual taxpayer ID number, or you have a refund of over $2 million. These are some of the items that can delay the processing of your regular tax refund. Let's go over the next direct deposit date shared, but first let's recap the last direct deposit date shared was May 26, 2025. Make sure you are checking your bank accounts for your tax refunds as well, because many are reporting that they are receiving their tax refund before the estimated direct deposit date. And the new direct deposit date shared is June 2nd, 2025. Make sure to share with us in the comments if you did receive a next direct deposit date, or if you have already received your 2025 tax refund. If the IRS processed your 2024 tax return late, they will have to pay you interest for processing your tax return 45 days or more late. And that interest rate is 7% compound daily. So make sure you're checking your IRS online transcript for your next direct deposit date as well as your interest. Now, the interest will be included in your tax refund. Finally, you can contact the IRS, the Taxpayer Advocate Service, in order to check the status of your tax refund delay. You can contact the IRS at 1-800-829-1040, and you can contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service for assistance as well, especially if you are experiencing financial hardship due to your tax refund being delayed. You can contact them at 1-877-777-4778. 8. You can also schedule an in-person appointment by calling 844-545-5640. You can also contact your local state representative by going to house.gov, put in your zip code, finding your representative, and you can contact them to receive assistance in finding out what the delay is. So make sure to explore all of these options to find out what is causing the tax refund delay. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for more 2025 tax refund updates and breaking news. Bye-bye.